Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness. Yawn. Hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Good morning, welcome. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hi, good morning. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time. One second. There we go. Hi, 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 welcome. Hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Yawn. I am the yawner. Got a big cup of coffee today. I'm so used to using the the Snufkin mug now. That that the fish mug that I used before Christmas when I got the Snufkin mug. It feels so big now. It feels so big and so heavy. Yum 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 though. Very yummy. Anyway, today's art stream. We're gonna do some art. I think I'm just gonna doodle some things. Some things. I feel like I need to start during art streams to start over here. No, not start over here. Start over here. Oh, start over here. So I can just yap a little bit and say hi, hello, good morning, and such things, and then move over here so that there's not just this ugly, unfinished sketch in front of your faces while I'm just talking about how my morning is going. But we can't just get into it. Get into the art. I want to make him bigger on the page though. Maybe just a little bit better for the sketching. Blow him up. But like not in the funny way. I will pet the rock. Welcome, Cam. Congrats on first. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing super well. The last unicorn. I'm alive. Also, remember today's music request. We have music requests on. Make sure to send them in so that we can listen to your cool little tunes. Right now, the queue is empty. Yeah, what I thought. Ah, he's so friendly looking. You're good. My hand is about to hurt from Shady Iron Man's shiny armor. You know what they say. I was about to say beauty is pain, but that isn't quite applicable. But like, it's the same vibe, right? You gotta sacrifice for your craft. There's been plenty of times where my hands have started to hurt from all the art that I'm doing. Remember to take breaks, of course, from the art. Eventually. I just realized that this guy in the face is a little bit similar to another gym leader that I drew once. Hold on, let me see if I can find him. It's a pretty old one, so I'm not sure how far back I have to scroll on my uh Clip Studio Paint project. I actually think it might be in this one. This was from when I tried to draw Pokemon from memory. But I believe it's in this one. This guy. Oh, you can tell it's an old drawing because of how because I'm using a different brush. I'm using the more textured pencil brush. But like that's a similar face in the sense that they don't have eyes, they just have beard, mustache, and eyebrows. But of course, it's a completely different guy. Maybe I should. I feel like maybe I should redraw this. I feel like I should redraw this. That would be cool if I did. Anyway. Wow. Oh yeah, my mug is a little heavy. Don't where the trap is first step innovating it. Don't ask me why, no. Don't ask why. Uh, I just don't know anymore. I know less than I did before. Is it just a dream? Is it just a shadow? Angel of death. I kind of regret never getting this album on vinyl. Then again, it was mostly a financial thing. I can still get it on vinyl. I just choose not to because I can't afford it right now. There was other things. It opens with a questioning. Don't ask why none of the door sheds a light. Don't ask me why. Oh, I just don't know anymore. I know less than I did before. Finally got to the Iron Man suit with the discs on his hips. Yay. It's a weird part of his design. He also doesn't have suit nipples. Extra yay. What do you mean yay? I feel like more Iron Man suits should have nipples on it. Remember that one Batman movie from like the 90s? With Mr. Freeze in it? Where the bat suit had nipples in it? Yeah, Iron Man needs to do that more. Those who cannot build must burn. Iron Man needs to have that in the next movie. Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom. With fucking suit nipples. Is this Doctor Doom? Is the Doctor Doom in Doomsday gonna be a Tony Stark? That feels like the direction that they're going. From the little teasers we have, it does seem like it is Tony Stark. And that's why they got Robert Downey Jr. Well, the reason they got Robert Downey Jr. is because nostalgia bait. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Be guilty. I fall in love with everyone who hates me. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. All my favorite people make me mad, so mad. Everything that feels so good is bad, bad, bad. Jarvis initiates super nipple bee. Isn't that basically what the arc reactor is? Imagine a Tony Stark that has two arc reactors where his nipples should be, and like he doesn't realize how weird it looks because he's like, oh, I'm Iron Man. Everything I do is cool because I'm Iron Man, and then Hulk is like, why metal men have suit nipple? And everyone's like, yeah, Tony, that's a little weird, isn't it? And he's like, no, guys, it's not weird. I don't understand what are you guys so hung up about? Two arc reactors is better than one. It's that simple. You guys just don't get it. You're not as smart as me. No, these aren't suit nipples. This is just where my reactors are. Two is better than one, guys. Come on. You gotta see the utility in this. Yeah, I definitely extended his, so. They did just jump Tony like that demon from Smiling. Dude, is that fucking suit nipples, dude? No, they're just arc reactors. That like it's supposed to be better. Yo, get the fuck out, man! I mean, realistically, they just look at him weird, like, Tony, that's an interesting design you're going for this time around. But it's funny to think that they're like, dude, nipples on your suit, Tony, that's going too far. You're out of the band. Get the fuck out of here. Well, probably would, but that's Hulk. That's true. He do be the one that smashes. To smash or not to smash? That is the question. I kind of wanted to draw Pokemon today, not like one of the gym leaders. I wanted to draw a Pokemon, but I didn't have any ideas. I wanted to draw like a signature Pokemon for this guy. It could help define some of his like design details if he actually had a Pokemon associated with him. I kind of want to give him one, but I don't have any ideas for what to do other than like a sunken ship, but that's a little sad. Oh yeah, that's right, song requests. I had almost forgotten. Been a difficult time for the time first. That's because when he goes to the bathroom, Aaron has weak streak. Yes, love the Aaron. What if I just doodle And no, I don't have any idea, so I can't doodle anything for a Pokemon. It has to be a ghost water type. No, actually not. It doesn't have to be. It has to be either ghost or water. Oh, because of the gimmick, the battle gimmick in my region. It can. It has to be either or, and then it's like. I think I'm getting a cold. That's fine. I don't do anything. Because how I planned the gym leaders to work, since like the second half of them are dual type, is that it's kind of like how because the gimmick form changes the type, kind of like terrestrialization in Scarlet and Violet. In Scarlet and Violet, the gym leaders used the gym leaders' ace Pokemon were Pokemon that aren't the type of their respective gym. They just terrestrialize to be that type. And I want to do something similar to that, but not exact, because specifically for the later gym leaders, they have dual types. Like this guy is a water and ghost type. That's ghost type symbol enough. But like he's primarily water type with a little bit of ghost. He would have mostly mostly water types with like a couple of ghost types. And preferably most of the ghost types are also water type. But like the ace Pokemon would be like a water type and then some other type. But then when it uses the gimmick form, it becomes water type and then whatever other type. And then with the special type of ghost. Is this going to be the final gym? I believe I designed this guy to be the final gym leader. Where's my chart? Yes. He's the final gym leader. But what's a good... what's a good idea for a water type that has the potential to become a ghost type? What is a Norwegian myth that is both related to water and ghost? Gee, I have so many to pick from. There's a lot of ghost legends, and there's a lot of water legends, and there's a lot of overlap between them. Just because of how much there is. Oh my goodness, I'm so sniffly. The only idea I can think of is like some sort of ghost ship. though. But I don't know what to do with that idea. How do I make a ghost ship into a Pokemon? The only thing I can think of is like a Delmice evolution, but Delmice is ghost type, so I can't do that. Unless I make water the special type, which I could still do. But I want to be consistent with it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm definitely getting a cold. I'm feeling a lot more sniffly. I'm coughing, I'm sniffing, and my nose feels a lot more stuffy. I feel like I'm definitely getting sick for real this time. For realism. How many ghost water types are there? Ghost water type. Oh, there aren't many. There aren't many. Holy shit, it's only the Jellicent line and Bsky Legion. Shit. Alright, that's unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. Lucky for me, I've made my own ghost water type earlier. It's like a skeleton fish. A skeleton fish. Oh, we're getting a lot of music requests in now. Thank you, Cam. You know what? We can pause this song. Let this music band for this broken land. Many years from now, if any live to hear this song, story about how all held joins hands and sang along. It begins with just one note. No, we switch up. Oh yeah, it's gonna play the last song from last stream. Oh my god, it's so quiet, it's not even picking up. The The fuck you mean? Oh, wait. What? That was weird. Why did it do that? That was weird. It did a weird thing. Thank you, OBS, for being so weird and doing weird things. It needs to be a big Pokemon. It needs to have presence because this is the final gym leader. He has to be a little bit threatening. Mm, sorry, Pinterest is distracting me. I was gonna search ghost ship Pokemon. See if there are any cool ideas here. What about fake mon? Oh, a white whale, a Moby Dick Pokemon. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that. There's no such thing as a white whale. Well, there are white whales, but like not of the kind described in Moby Dick. I believe Moby Dick was a sperm whale, and those aren't usually white. I need to look up reference images of blue of sperm whales then, but I hate looking at pictures of whales. I have thalassophobia. It gives me it gives me the creeps looking at the deep abyss of the ocean. It really scares me to look into the deep abyss of the ocean, even just in an image. It still scares me. You know what would be a really funny thing that Game Freak would never do? A sperm whale. Like a sperm whale that's an actual sperm. Could be funny. It would be an interesting way to make a sperm Pokemon, which is something Game Freak would never do. Even though sperm is a very natural thing. But because it's a sex thing, they will never do it. We just live in an anti-sex society, unfortunately. This is a second whale Pokemon I'm making for this region, so I have to make it look distinct somehow. I mean, it already looks distinct by it being a lot more long than that, since it's more based on a sperm whale than a blue whale. Maybe add a little bit of narwhal to it. Makes it look a little bit more like a pirate ship. Oh, I've definitely heard this song before. Any better ideas? I just remembered. I just remembered a cartoon from when I was little. I don't know where this cartoon came from. I don't know if it's known worldwide or if it's like a European thing. Maybe even maybe even a specifically what's it called? Scandinavian thing. 'Cause I believe it was made by a Swedish production company. Might be wrong about that. But there was this cartoon when I was little. I had it on DVD about this little winged pig that went on like some kind of adventure with some, I think, a scarecrow guy. I'm not quite sure if it was a scarecrow. I just remember it was a guy, but like there was something weird and fantastical about him. And then they ended up being swallowed by a whale, but the whale was a nice whale, and like he was like half whale, half submarine, and so they used him to travel around. I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. I just need to find it. Also, hi Godwald, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Is this it? Oh my god, I think I found it. It was a scarecrow guy, but I completely forgot that there's also an elephant. The Magic Adventures of Mumphy. That definitely sounds like it's British. Yeah, it's definitely a European thing. I don't know if how well it's known worldwide. You explained that made me think of the Charlie Day meme where he's next to the big board. But no, I found it. I'm not seeing images of the whale though. That was the whole reason why it came to my mind, because there was the whale that they used as like a ship. Uh, Whale. Oh, it's just a whale, except it has portholes on the side. Okay. You know what? That's not that interesting. But the interior of the whale looked like an actual interior of like a ship. Okay, so that wasn't as useful of a search than I thought it would be. But I was right. It was a scarecrow guy. I just forgot all about the fucking the main character of the. I in my mind the like flying pig was the main character, but I guess no. I guess not. I guess the flying pig was just a supporting character. The main character was Mumphy, which is a name that I do actually remember now that I think about it. I just did not, or it's a name I'm familiar with. No, because if I add portholes on the side, it's gonna be too similar to the water starter I made. Where is that? Starters. That's a grass starter. How do I make it look distinct? I still need this stupid ass sketch here. I'm gonna keep it. Just for now. But if I make if I go full on pirate ship with this design, even if the base form is not giving pirate ship, if I go full pirate ship on the like gimmick form, then what should I do with the gimmick form of the starter? I guess it does make sense for the water starter to have a pirate shippy design, even in its like big form. It needs to be a little bit more down to earth, along with the rest of the concept for it. Man, I cannot think of a good idea here. This is why they say you shouldn't draw and you shouldn't sketch and like conceptualize at the same time, because if you can't think of anything, you're stuck drawing nothing. And then if you just draw something weird, it might not spark any good ideas. And I feel like I'm not sparking any good ideas right now. If only I wasn't such a pussy and I could actually look up a picture of a sperm whale, so I could at least get the look right. But no, I'm scared of the ocean, so I don't wanna. Posting is hard. Posting is hard. I agree with you. But usually you'll mostly draw characters just standing straight. It's just easier. It's almost been an hour and I feel like I haven't done anything yet. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I feel stupid. Let me try to focus on this guy. Mr. Captain Man, whose name I have not decided on yet. I want to name him after a specific, not really a folk legend. It's like a poem from the late 1800s, I believe. Yeah, from 1862. It's a poem called Teddy a Vegan, named after the main character of said poem. That is it's a dramatization of like an actual event that happened in it was it was written uh in response to like a war that was happening at that time, and and it's basically follows the main character, who's just this fisherman who gets swept up in like the conflict of the war as like a prisoner, and it follows his experience through there, and then it ends with him getting back in the end, but like he's traumatized and changed from his experience, you know. So I feel like him being a fisherman, along with the the dark uh subject matter of the story working well with as like inspiration for a water ghost type gym leader. But then the question is, because Pokemon characters rarely have first and last names. They just sort of have a name. So do I call him... Do I call him Tadia, or do I call him Vegan? I think I'm going with Vegan, or I guess you'd... Because it's the easiest for, like, English people to understand. Plus, in an English reading, it would probably be pronounced Vigan, which kind of sounds like a Viking, almost. Which kind of works. Maybe? I don't know. So I had to give every Iron Man model, I had to draw a different pose. I'm suffering so bad. You could always just steal poses from the comics. Stealing, quote unquote, to use them as reference. You know, if I... try to draw his chest in a different layer... Oh, I just realized who I'm drawing. I'm drawing the fucking conductor from Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the body type I'm drawing right now. I only know this song for being in Shrek. I can't help but But think of Shrek. Which one was it? Was it Shrek 2? I feel like it was Shrek 2, right? Shrek 2, yeah. I always assumed that it's Shrek 2 because, fun fact, I had Shrek 2 on DVD when I was younger, but I did not have Shrek 1. So I am not as familiar with Shrek 1 as I am with Shrek 2. Genuinely, I always forget how Shrek 1 goes because I just haven't seen it as much. I actually believe my grandma had a copy of Shrek 1 on VHS. But when I was at my grandma's place and we watched VHS, we always just watched the Pokemon movie because that was the favorite. Funny localization thing in the first Pokemon movie. By the way, I wonder if I've talked about this before, but like, there's this scene when like they try to get to Mewtwo's island, and oh, hi Payne, welcome. Funny timing. There's a joke in that at that part of the movie, because like the Team Rocket disguise themselves as Vikings and are like, hey, come travel with us to the island to get, Ash, Misty, and Brock to Mewtwo's island, because Mewtwo like made it stormy or whatever. And like in the English version, they say something. One of them, I think it's Brock, says something like, I didn't know Vikings were still around. And then Ash is like, they're mostly found in Minnesota, in like a reference to like some sort of sports team from Minnesota called the Vikings. I don't know what sport they do. I believe it's hockey, but I'm not sure. But like, since that joke wouldn't work in Norwegian, they did something much dumber. so Brock says like he didn't know Vikings were still around, and then Ash says, yeah, but they're mostly found in Sweden. Which is so stupid. That's a lot stupider. I wonder what the joke was in the original Japanese, though. Yeah, no, there are Vikings still here. Though I believe that historically, out of every Scandinavian country, Sweden had the least amount of like actual seafaring Vikings, because it's such a landlocked country. Most of them came from Denmark and Norway. So the joke just kind of doesn't work. Though I might be wrong about that. I'm not too familiar with the history of Sweden. Yes and no. Ours went overland to Russia. Ah, that makes sense. So I was right when I specified seafaring Vikings. Ah, Dixon Dallas, I love you. Dixon Dallas makes things besides country. Took the boat over the sea and carried it over the land, which, if I remember it right, the word Russian comes from a word meaning Swedish Viking. Oh, that's interesting. That's that's a fun fact if I've ever heard one. Jamiroquai? Yeah, it's Jamiroquai. Google AI copy paste. Think about the kind of salt. The word Russian is derived from the medieval Latin Russianus, Russianus, and Russia, 16th century, originating from the East Slavic term Rus, which is widely believed to come from the Old Norse. That word, land of rowing, referring to Swedish Vikings / rowers who navigated rivers. Ah, that is interesting. That makes me Oh, never mind. The word I was looking for has a completely different origin. They navigate the rivers into what is now Russia. I see. That's cool, though. Okay, sea captains actually don't have the things on the shoulders, it seems. They just have the things on the arms. If I remember correctly, the amount of stripes that a sea captain has on the arms of their jacket represents like their rank on the ship or something. Okay, they actually do have things on the shoulders. They're just not that prominent. Yeah. Is this Glorb? No, it's not Glorb. I don't think I like this. I don't think I like the AI. The AI stuff. There's this YouTuber that I kind of like. Stanley a movie. But as of late, I haven't really liked him that much because he's kind of become an AI shell. Not really. I just don't like his opinions on AI because like he used to be very like anti AI, saying that it's bad for it steals like people's works. It's taking people's jobs, and overall it's just bad. But like he has this weird opinion that like it's only bad when it's art, but like if you use AI for like memes and shit posts, it's okay, which Like, I understand that in people's minds there's a distinction, but like, it's still, you know, the same thing. It still has the same issues as AI art has. You just use it for a different, less serious thing. And I think that's a little icky, right? An opinion on what is art? I suppose. But in my mind, like, the whole AI thing, it isn't just about, you know, what is art and what is not. I just think AI is just bad in general, because it's just, I mean, it's bad for the environment, one. It's taking work from not just artists, but a lot of people, too. So I really don't understand how someone can be so anti-AI in one thing, but then be okay with AI for other things. You want to stop AI? No, I want to kill it! So real. No, that's a little too wide. What's funny is that I actually commented on one of that guy's videos, calling out his hypocrisy, saying, hey, you're so anti-AI art, and yet you chill for, like, AI memes. Promoting Sora AI. For shit posting and stuff. And he actually replied to me, which surprised me. And he just doubled down saying, it's not the same thing. I think I got his torso actually looking good finally. Nice. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know how to pose his arm. I wanted to have his arm up holding like a Pokeball or something. Actually, that should probably be further down. A little bit smaller, maybe. Would that make for a cool Pokemon badge? I don't. What kind of aesthetic should I go for the Pokemon badges, though? That is the question. Because every generation has like a vibe for the Pokemon badges. Kind of, sort of. Not the earlier ones. The earlier ones just kind of did what they wanted to. I think the first one that really had some good cohesion with all their badges was maybe Gen 3. Pokemon badges. Uh, I guess Gen 2 kind of have some cohesion because they're just kind of like a symbol with like a metal border around it, but that's so vague. Gen 3 had the thing where, okay, it's not on all of them, but like when I think of Gen 3 badges, I think that they have this little gem thing on them. Like this one has a little circular gem, this one has one, this one has one, and this one has one, but it's not circular, it's a teardrop shape. Gen 4 has the thing that Gen 2 almost had, but it's a lot more intentional here, where it's just a shape with a metal border and then a color inside. Kind of like an enamel pin. I like that. And then Gen 5 had a similar thing, except it's gold. on the outside, and they're a little bit more intricate on the inside. With some color blocking. Gen 6 is also kind of doing the same thing. And then comes Gen 7 didn't have badges, so here comes Gen 8 and 9, which did fuck all with them. I guess Gen 8 is kind of interesting because you like they're like pieces of a whole. Like you collect them and they form like a bigger like medallion shape. That's kind of an interesting idea. But it's not interesting enough for me. Ah. Still not sure about the name. Still not sure about the name. But it does seem to be coming together somewhat. I'm gonna have to look up a sperm whale, don't I? Sperm whale diagram. I don't want to look at an actual image of a sperm whale. Because they're in the water and I don't like the water. Okay, they have faces kind of like... Kind of like that. Ugh, stretch. Hey Arson, welcome. Congrats on second. Halfway into the stream and we've got second place. You guys are slow. How am I supposed to recruit you to my interstellar war if you're so slow? I mean, I would never do that. Where are their eyes? Their eyes are like here. Okay. Okay. What is this? This kind of this mashup kind of goes hard. My favorite Sonic and Deltarune characters songs mixed together at last. I'm not gonna lie, it goes hard. I kind of love this. So it doesn't have enough of the. I'm kind of stuck on his design now. I do have fucking. Where the fuck am I? There they are. Well, no, I think I have better water type symbol. But where do I have that? Probably here? Or do I have it in the other folder? I have it in the other one. Or not other folder, other page. My Goji fixation, I can come back full force after redoing the supernova leaks. Dear God help. Copy. Paste. And my other ghost type symbol is actually here. This is a good one. Copy. Paste. And it's fucking tiny. There we go. Yay! You reading? Fuck this blasted minuscule phone keyboard. If only there were other more useful, more efficient ways to watch Twitch streams. If only there was another device which was better suited for watching Twitch streams and commenting in chat. If only. Me casually throwing shade at fucking mobile viewers, which is like half of my entire viewer base. A Kindle? My Nintendo 3DS? Theoretically, you can watch streams on a Nintendo 3DS, right? Well, not anymore, because I think Nintendo DS Online is defunct. How to make him look more ghostly, though? He looks very watery. He looks watery. He looks watery. He looks watery. Gonna give him some color. Just gonna put some color on this man. Mods, color this man. Like a dark navy blue for his jacket. I really gotten into liking this like paintbrush tool that I surprisingly didn't use a lot before. I really like the texture it gives the everything. I don't care too much about coloring outside the lines. I'm just putting a little bit of color on him. Only one way to find out, but I can't because my DS isn't modified yet. Oh man, I miss playing Pokemon Moon on my 3DS. Oh, I so badly want to go back to my Pokemon Moon and transfer my Pokemon over to modern hardware. Because I miss my Pokemon I had on my Pokemon Moon and Ultra Sun playthroughs. I miss them so much. Especially my totally legitimately received shiny Mew shiny Mew I did not use on my playthrough. Don't worry, I did not cheat. I did not use a shiny Mew on my playthrough. I got it after I finished the game. Should the interior of his jacket be a little lighter or a little darker? I mean, it's a good way to add some ghostly purple to the design. But I feel like it should actually be darker on the inside. Give him a very pinkish skin tone. Nah, it's got to be a little bit more pink. That's just the skin color I associate with seamen. Seamen. See, see, uh, uh, wipe sweat off forehead. Where's this song from? Is it just a song? Do you perchance mean seafaring men? Yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. Okay, but here's the thing. Does he look like he's from a Pokemon game? Now that I'm looking at him in color like this, he doesn't feel Pokemon-y. You know? What if I up the contrast? Up the contrast. See, I just upped the contrast a little bit and made the colors a little bit brighter, and it already looks a little bit more Pokemon-esque. Because Pokemon has like bright, colorful colors. From either the King of the Monster trailer or Godzilla X Kong trailer, don't remember which. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for this. Anyway, did you guys see the Toy Story 5 trailer yesterday? Did you guys see it? Did you see it? I'm honestly surprised by it. Because when they first announced that they were making a fifth one, I was skeptical. Because as many people thought, as many people did, I thought Toy Story 3 was a great ending to the franchise. I thought the fourth one was unnecessary, but I did enjoy it. It was fine. It was cute. It was sweet, like Toy Story always is. Although it felt a little bit unnecessary, right? Toy Story 4, definitely not my favorite Toy Story movie by any means. But the fifth one, the trailer dropped yesterday, and it genuinely looks like it could actually be good. Like, it could be better than the fourth one. It actually feels like it has something to say. It has a reason to exist. It has a reason to follow up from the fourth one. And it also seems like it's gonna return to form. Because one problem I had with the fourth one is how Buzz was kind of sidelined. Buzz didn't really have anything to do in the fourth one. They just put him in there because they had to put him in there because it's Buzz. But he actually seems like he has a lot to do in the fifth one. I like the dynamic they show between Buzz and Woody in the trailer. I love that you don't think I can do it line in the trailer. Yes! I love it. It's so good. Oh my god, I'm genuinely so excited. Like, it might actually be good. Like, had you asked me like a few months ago which one I was more excited for, Toy Story 5 or Shrek 5, I would have said I'm more excited for Shrek 5 because even from that little teaser we have, it looks like it might actually be fun. But now after this trailer, I am so hyped for Toy Story 5, genuinely. It seems like it's gonna be, like, such a good continuation. Is it gonna be better than the third one? I doubt it. It's kind of the best movie out of the bunch. But, it's good. I have faith in it. 5, since when was there a fourth one? Have you not seen Toy Story 4? I mean, I don't blame you. As I said, it's definitely my least favorite Toy Story movie. It's been a while since I watched all. I mean, technically, if you want to be technical about it, Lightyear is my least favorite Toy Story movie. Lightyear was such a mess, man. Rarely, if ever, am I critical towards movies. Like, I like to, like, I'm not a movie critic. I just enjoy media. If it's entertaining, then I'm gonna like it. And if it's not entertaining, I just don't care. But Lightyear was such a letdown. I genuinely could not finish the movie. I started watching it because I thought it might be fun, just based on the concept alone. But then, like, quickly I realized, no, they fumbled hard on this. No. Lightyear is definitely the worst Toy Story movie, if you even want to count it as part of the Toy Story movies, which I would. Obviously, it's a spin-off, but, like, I'd still consider it part of the franchise, especially since technically it is canonically, like, the movie that inspired the toy, even though if, like, that is like, genuinely, I believe, the direction they were going with. But, like, Toy Story came out in the 90s, which means fucking it would have to be like a very 90s or late 80s movie, and it's just not. It's such a modern movie. Had they gone full, like, 80s action movie with it, it could have been peak. But no. No. Gain a toy, so it's a part of it in my book. I mean, it's fair. That's fair. I haven't just not seen it. I've been entirely unaware of its existence. Damn. I recommend it. It's not like as I said, it's not the best Toy Story movie, but it's a Toy Story movie. They're always good. Pixar just has that level of quality for like their fucking main franchise. Of course, it's gonna be a good movie, even if it's like not as good and it's kind of unnecessary. I like Toy Story 4. I feel like it has a nice message to it. It gave itself a reason to exist. And Toy Story 5 definitely has a reason to exist with like the subject matter it seems to be dealing with. The fact that Toy Story 4 wasn't like about children being addicted to technology instead of playing with toys, then it's good that Toy Story 5 is about that. You could argue like they're a little bit late to the party. Like if they were gonna do that plot, they should have done it earlier. But I think with the rise of AI, as of recently, while it's not, exactly the same thing as, kids being addicted to tablets, in the era of brain rot, now is just as good of a time to do it as ever. So I am very optimistic about Toy Story 5. Pretty sure Lightyear's supposed to be the movie Andy watched in Toy Story 1, if memory serves correct. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the movie that inspired the toy. Which again, it's a very modern movie, even though it's supposed to be a very like 90s or 80s supposedly. So they kind of fumbled on it. Like the concept isn't bad or anything. It's just that they just they didn't pull it off. They fucked up. They messed up big time. They just didn't pull it off. Water. But oh my god, Woody with the poncho in the Toy Story 5 trailer. That is so peak! It's so peak! Wonder if I should make extra drawings of Iron Man with the game costume from Tokon and MVC2. Do it. Do it. Man, I'm so excited for Marvel versus not Marvel Tokon. Mostly because the designs are fucking sick, man. I just hope we get more Guardians of the Galaxy in there. Because we've only seen one of them. I'm expecting at least Rocket and Groot. Come on, there's no way they're not putting Rocket and Groot in there. What to do for his signature Pokemon, though? Or even his badge. This is just kind of a symbol I drew. It's not meant to be his badge. Like your genuine ass, what the fuck is that Zerg plot? What happened when no, I am your father? No! Like, obviously that's a Star Wars reference, I know, but like, it's lore, technically. Did they watch Toy Story 2? Like, Disney owns Star Wars now. They could have made it the most they could have made Lightyear the most cheesy, like, Star Wars ripoff ever to really fit with the vibe that, like, Buzz originally was meant to be. This 80s action hero with, like, the space opera thing going on. Like, Zurg in Lightyear wasn't even evil Emperor Zurg, per se. He was a guy that came from the future to wreak havoc. That's not evil Emperor Zurg. That's an obstacle to defeat. It's not the rebels versus the Empire. That's just a guy that showed up. Anyway, what to do with this whale Pokemon? I am blanking on this whale Pokemon. Not gonna lie, kinda want Spider-Man Unlimited and Marvel Rivals. That would be sick. That would probably be sick. Unfortunately, I don't see them doing that. Rivals has not set precedents for making costumes based on older media. Like, we're not even getting that many MCU skins anymore. Like, when the game launched, we got, like, every character who had been in a movie got at least one movie skin. Like, most of them, at least. I don't think, like, Hawkeye has one. But now, it seems like we're only getting, like, movie or TV show skins when those things come out. Like, we got Thunderbolt skin for Bucky when Thunderbolts came out. We got Fantastic Four skins. We got First Steps skins when Fantastic Four First Steps came out. And now we're getting a Daredevil Born Again Season 2 skin because Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is coming out. The only exception is with, like, What If, which is weird. We're not even getting... We're getting What If skins occasionally, but we're not getting, like, X-Men 97. Even if you say that, like, oh, it's because Marvel animation is, like, different, we aren't getting X-Men 97 skins? That's kind of weird. It's weird that What If gets that special treatment. Kind of weird if you think about it, but eh. Would those be listed over X-Men 97? I mean, yeah, because it's like a recent show. Like, I can see them doing X-Men 97 skins, possibly. I can see them doing that, but they're not doing, like, original, like, 90s X-Men show skins. They're just not doing older media. As much as I would love for them to like make like skins based on the Cloak and Dagger show, like give Cloak and Dagger skins from their show, they're not doing that. Which is why I want to see Cloak and Dagger in the MCU. So we can get MCU skins for them. And give my boy legs. For real! It's ridiculous. I tweeted about this recently because in the most recent update to Rivals, they finally gave sitting emotes to Groot. He was like the final quote unquote final final character to get a sitting emote. Elsa also got one. So now every character in the game has a sitting emote, except for Cloak. And I tweeted about this because a part of me is hopeful and believes it's because they are genuinely behind the scenes working to update his like model and giving him legs, making his animations work. But also part of me is thinking that is way too wishful. They are very likely not doing that. Hell yeah, some twerp up in here. Love this. This is just a cartoon sperm whale now. I don't know how to make it into a Pokemon. Ah. Wah, 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 wah. Let's make this night last all night forever. Until the future becomes the past. All night forever. Wouldn't change a single thing. Let's make this light. Did I just say light nast? And out to the unknown. I feel like I'm not alone. He's not beating the pirate ship allegations. I guess that is the way to go. Just go pirate ship with him. Look at that. Now it's a pirate ship. Or any other ship for that matter. But the problem is I already made a whale boat Pokemon for my fucking Pokemon region. I can't do 2 of them. But, like, what else do I do as a signature Pokemon for a sea captain? I don't know what else to do. But hi, Tenet. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Stretch. I have. I fell asleep hard. I hope you're well rested then. Been so long since I listened to this song. I need to go back and listen to more twerp. Seriously, they're awesome. This is a song. Uh, I guess it is a song. Uh, I didn't hit. It didn't even hit me how this is almost. This is very similar to Waylord. God damn it! I don't. Inspiration brain not working. Shutting down. Rebooting. Do no no ding. Water. Thank you, Tenant. And stretch. What am I doing with my life? Sorry, that got a little too real. I will pet the rock though. Maybe the Silent Mary from Pirates of the Caribbean 5 could be fun considering the whole ghost water type thing. That's the thing, it isn't ghost water type. Not in its regular form at least. This form is not a ghost water type. It's when it quote unquote mega evolves that it becomes a ghost. It puts the ghost type to whatever typing it already has. Water something. Not in the loop with Pokemon, but is a giant squid an option? I mean, yeah, every concept is an option. Even if it's done before, you can. There's Pokemon repeats concepts all the time and like do them differently. It's just the problem here is that I already did a whale ship previously for my own region. Not this guy. G- 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 Goo. And that is the problem. In fact, the singer for Brand New Reality from Phineas and Ferb also sings the main theme for Tekken 8. I don't. Oh, you requested the song. All right, cool. Because it doesn't ring a bell to me. The song is so long. Jesus Christ. I guess it's not at 10 minutes, so it's fine. Giant squid could be a fun idea. Normal form is a giant squid. Mega form is a kraken, maybe. I guess. Maybe I shouldn't get too attached to any singular idea, especially if that idea is not ideaing correctly. Let me just make a note. Make it smaller. Squid. Giant squid. Hmm. Has there been giant squid Pokemon? I guess Tentacruel kind of counts. But other squid Pokemon are just kind of small. What's another... concept to put onto giant squid? Isn't Tentacruel a jellyfish? Yeah, but whatever. Whatever. It's a giant squid in concept. Sorry, that was rude. Didn't mean to sound rude. What's a secondary concept to put onto squid to make it interesting? Oh, that reminds me. I had another idea for a fish Pokemon. Because I googled like what are some Norwegian inventions, and apparently the Norwegian the Norway Norway invented the harpoon gun. Specifically on harpoon gun. Obviously harpoons in general have existed for years. Squid. Get out of here. No, it looks so empty. Depending on what squid you go with, colossal squids are the largest squids by mass, giant squids are the largest by length. Why does that matter? I'm looking for... How does that matter to like what a good secondary concept is? I figure out what squid it is when I figure out what else it is. I hate how fucking repetitive that was. This is not a Pokemon. I'm not drawing a Pokemon right now. I'm drawing it. I'm drawing a vaguely squid-like creature. Oh, I hate that. That is such a stupid rhyme. Weird. I don't know. It's giving Malamar. It's giving the same vibes as like a Malamar. I don't know. I don't know. Do I ever know anything? I always say I don't know. It's almost like my catchphrase at this point. I always say I don't know. I don't know. Is there anything in the world I do know? I sure as hell know that um uh no, no, no. This ain't working. At least the whale sparks ideas. The squid does not spark ideas. I know 2 plus 2 is 22. You're so right. Also likely because of the visible bee. No, that's still giving Malamar. It's giving evil vibes. I don't want the evil vibes. No, I can do Nautilus a lot better. Is it called a Nautilus? Nautilus. Oh, I flipped the shell the wrong way. Looks a lot like a Shelmet though. Also, what do you do with that massive tentacles in the front? That is way too gross for Pokemon. That has to be simplified verily. But a Nautilus is not a bad idea in theory. Since the Godzilla music is playing, did you hear about the new show coming out? I believe it's called Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I've heard something along those lines, yeah. I think I mentioned it sometime last week because I got into a discussion in a Discord server about it. Because there's a new monster in it that according to I don't know what source, but some source said that originally it was gonna be like an old kaiju from like an old Toho movie. Yeah, I was gonna. I had to let the song finish because the song needed the presence. Had to let it finish because I could not get my thoughts through when the song was just going. I have nothing against you guys requesting fucking theatrical music like that, but it does disorient my brain. But apparently one of the monsters that was shown in like a trailer or something was originally meant to be an old kaiju from like classic Godzilla, and then someone in the Discord server that I'm in got really mad that it wasn't, and was like, "Legendary, just give us the classic monsters. That's what we want. We want the classic monsters." And you know, I got involved because I don't like that mindset of like, oh, we only want the classic, stop making new stuff, we want the classic. Because if we had that mindset, then we wouldn't have Shimo, and I like Shimo. In fact, if Toho had that mindset 50 years ago, we wouldn't have Destroya, we wouldn't have Biolante, we wouldn't have Hedora, we wouldn't have Space Godzilla. And so I think the mindset of only give us the classics, that is what we want, is fucking stupid. I like that Legendary, even though it's very likely a rights issue with Toho, I still think it's better for the franchise if they stick to making new kaiju instead of just reusing the old ones that we're familiar with. Anyway. It's Goji's theme. I love that it demands your attention. That's what every fucking movie like theme does. Like I'd have the same reaction if you played the Avengers theme. Like as soon as the fucking bah, 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 and like the entire song crescendos into this cacophony of like attention-seeking sound, it would fucking mess up my brain and I wouldn't be able to focus. Anyway. We love Shimo, she's best girl. Also, according to the leaked Space Goji's the next villain, but I'm hoping to anything. Holy, it's not. It shouldn't be Space Goji. We haven't had Violante, so it won't make sense. That's a stupid way to look at it. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was a mean way to put that, but like, I think it's more important that they get the story right rather than keeping the origin the same. Think of what's a good example? 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 Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the Marvel movie. That's a bad example. That's a bad example. That's a bad example. The Eternal. You haven't. No one has seen Eternals. Fuck. I can't think of a good example that people have actually seen. The best example that I can come up with for this is Cloak and Dagger, the TV show, where Cloak and Dagger's origin is completely different. They weren't They weren't experimented on with drugs. They weren't even friends at the beginning. They had to like learn to grow close with each other after they realized their powers are connected, and so they have to kind of stick together. Uh, it's very different, but it's the show still gets like the vibe of Cloak and Dagger perfectly. It's a really good adaptation, even though it takes a lot of liberties with the lore. So I don't think like you need Biolante to do Space Godzilla. They could give Space Godzilla a completely different origin, but as long as like the core tenets of what he represents is there, then that's completely, you know, fine, right? At least in my mind. I love Space Goji, don't get me wrong, they can make a new origin, but how the fuck would G-Cells get in space in the first place? I don't know. Don't ask me, I'm not a writer. I'm sure if you gave me the reins, if you gave me like a day to think of a way to make Space Godzilla based in the MonsterVerse based only on what we've got so far, I could probably think of something. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about Space Godzilla to know what he represents and what he's supposed to be. But still, I would much prefer if they just did something new rather than rehash older concepts. Why Space Godzilla when you can make a new space kaiju? They already made fucking already put fucking Ghidorah in there. He's from space. And he's still in space from space in the MonsterVerse. So like make a new space kaiju, but like it's like a space Ghidorah. I don't know. This is the stupidest thing I've ever drawn in my life. Basically, its original origin is some of biolentist spores somehow found their way to a black hole, and inside black hole fused with bio quartz and eventually come out of a white hole. Those new G cells slash bio quartz eventually go into space Goji. That does not tell me what he's supposed to represent. If Godzilla himself represents the fear of nuclear war, Ghidorah represents the fear of alien invasion and all the baggage that has with it. King Kong represents colonialism and the way it treats like quote unquote exotic people as commodities, and like Hedorah represents pollution. Then what does Space Godzilla represent? What kind of fear is he? What is he supposed to be? Just the fear of aliens again? I'm sorry if I'm sounding very standoffish. I don't know what it is with me today. I think I'm just frustrated with these designs that I'm drawing. Because I have no idea what I'm doing right now, if you could not tell from this fuck-ass creature. That's the original, so the multiverse Gojira represents nature itself. I don't think you're comprehending quite the level of intellect that I'm speaking about this. I don't need to argue semantics of, actually, this Godzilla represents this. I'm asking, in the way that original Godzilla represents this thing, what does Space Godzilla represent? I don't need you to argue semantics with me here. My bad? No, you're good. Don't worry. It just feels like we're not on the same wavelength. Meanwhile, Jojo is just having a good time in the background. Frankly, I don't know what Space Godzilla is supposed to represent. I don't think he explicitly represents something. Are you sure about that? That could just be me not picking up on something. Yeah, that's fair. Because, like, in that case, if he really doesn't represent anything specific, then does it really matter where he comes from? They could just say he's a Godzilla from space. And in that case, they could just introduce him into the monsterverse by saying, "Oh, he's like from the same planet as Godzilla, as Ghidorah. He just adapted differently." Maybe that's why fucking Ghidorah hates Godzilla so much. Because he literally is like a natural predator to Ghidorah. He just looks exactly the same as Space Godzilla. It's a weird interpretation, but it's kind of fun. I don't know. Oh, what have I done? Why did I put so much effort into this stupid fucking creature? That's not a Pokemon. I don't think I can do anything with it. We're past the 3 hour mark anyway, so it's fine. I hate it here. Now to think about it, Goji has a lot of alien adversaries. Sounds like it. Wow, let's move over here. Oh, an ad break is coming. Shit. Alright. I'm gonna switch to Spotify. You know what? I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom while the ads are playing. Do a little stretch. Let me open Mix It Up first, so that's open when I get here, so we can get a little raid message before we raid in. But yeah, I'll be right back, and then we're gonna look for someone to raid. Okay. Wah. Wow. Hello. Hi, hello. I feel like Space Goji, if anything, is like the anti-Goji. Not the same way as Test, but in the way he's the opposite of Goji in a way. He wears the face of Goji for the opposite reason. Instead of protecting Earth, he's to destroy it. Or at least conquer it. So he does represent essentially the same thing that Ghidorah represents. The fear of like alien invasion. And you know, everything that goes along with that. Because like alien invasion stories are very closely tied to like political fears about invasion. That's why in the Cold War, during the Cold War, there was a lot of like movies and stories about alien invasion. Space Ghost is just Ghidorah too. But I kind of do like the idea of that. Like Ghidorah is kind of like, because there are a lot of ways you can write like adversary characters. If okay, so think of it like in Sonic terms, in terms of like rivalry. If Godzilla is Sonic, then Ghidorah would be kind of like Knuckles. Meanwhile, Space Godzilla is more like Shadow, right? You understand? Except in both of those cases, they're kind of like good people in the end, and they team up with Sonic. But like, they're like Knuckles and Shadow if they stayed evil. If you understand. Like Knuckles is like built to counter Sonic. It's like the unstoppable force versus immovable object. Meanwhile, Shadow is another unstoppable force. It's equal to Sonic, but it's like the anti-Sonic rather than a separate creature meant to specifically counter Sonic. Right? You understand. Anyway, we're gonna find someone to raid. I think I want to raid Pinkis. I don't think I've ever raided them. I don't think I've ever raided them before, but they're a friend of Catalina, so I feel like we should raid them. The fact this makes sense makes me mad. Can you explain it in Sonic terms? That reminds me of like back a few months ago when at the final episode of the recent Doctor Who season, when the Doctor regenerated and it was Billy Piper who, you know, previously played Rose Tyler, one of the Doctor's companions. And then Doctor Who fans were really upset about it. And then someone had sent me a tweet where it was like, to explain it in Pokemon terms, it's as this is the equivalent of if Generation 10 went back to Kanto and the starters were Charizard, Greninja, and Lucario. And that is so real. That is like the realest shit I've ever heard. It's so funny when you're like, could you explain it in terms that I understand? But anyway, wait. Yeah, it's open. Yeah, it's working. There we go. Have a raid message. Oh no, shit! It's the end of the week. Nah, it's fine. I don't have to. No, I have some stinky links, I guess. Just to do it. I have some links, you guys. My socials, which are my Bsky and my YouTube VOD channel. My Bsky, I usually repost other people's art. I occasionally post art there, but as of late, I have been very unmotivated to do art, so I don't have many finished pieces that I like want to share there, but like I do post art there when I have art I want to share. So you can go follow me there if you like art. You like my art and you want to see more of it, you can find it there. Also my YouTube VOD channel where I upload my VODs, hey boss, where I upload my VODs at the end of the week because I like to have them up for people to view if there was a particular stream you like. Although it's getting very cramped there now after streaming for 2 years and uploading every VOD. So I might have to clean some of the old stuff out. Maybe I'll just delete everything that's like a year and a half old. But yeah. Also, our Discord server, not much to say about it other than that we have it. But it's a nice place for the community to hang out and share memes and share art and your opinions on things in a respectful manner, of course. And it's also the best place to be notified when I go live. You just hop in there, you get yourself the Melon Watcher Discord role, and you'll be pinged every time I go live if that's what you'd like. Also, my VGen where I host my commissions. So if you have the money to spend and you would like a piece of art made by me, feel free to commission me if you want. Of course, you don't have to. It's not required, but it's very much appreciated. If you have the money to spend, do not commission me if you have better things to spend your money on. I'm very strict about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna put in the raid messages again so that you can find them. So go ahead and copy the raid message. One for people who are subbed with my own emotes, and one for people who aren't subbed. That one has the universal emotes. If you have other emotes that you want to use, you feel free to do so. I don't really mind. But preferably a popcat type emote, because that's what the raid message is. It says Melon is poppin'. Fuck it, I'm gonna rewatch all of Wikizilla so I can write Ton of Monsters better. Hell yeah. You know what? I might come back with the I might look more into Space Godzilla and come back with a cool concept for him. If you'd like to. The crystals on him reminds me of that one SCP that is like the cave full of crystals. So, I don't know. Although his name is Space Godzilla, you kind of gotta have him be from space. That is just kind of a very important part. Anyway, I'm just gonna start the raid. Yummy water. Well, design Space Godzilla would genuinely be fire. I did a redesign of Godzilla a little while ago, but a little while ago. It was like close to 2 years ago at this point. I'm not that happy with it anymore. I had a cool idea, but it's an idea I stole from someone else. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the art and the music requests. I sure had a lot of fun. I feel like it got a little bit frustrated and a little heated, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you all back again on Monday, where I'll be doing some more art. Hopefully I'll be in a better headspace to do art. But yeah, as always, remember to eat food, drink water, take care of yourself, take your meds if you have them, if you need them. Remember to copy the raid message and say hello to Pinkest on during the raid. And yeah, my throat hurts. I will see you back again next time. Bye bye everyone. Have a good time. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye Arson. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Oh goodness.